Hey guys, J0. Today we are going to take this stump, which was a big old pine stump, and I think we can make we're going to make two little end tables out of it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get my chainsaw out, and right here where it's all uneven and stuff, I'm going to try to level that out as much as I can with my chainsaw. And then this area right here looks like it's pretty rotten around the edges of it. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to trim this up and make square end tables. We'll just take the saw and we'll cut off these parts that are bad, and we'll make I'll make a little set of matching square end tables. So we get everything up and ready, and we'll be back. Alright, we got a rough top here, rough edge. So now we're going to take and we're going to start cutting off that, trimming off the sides there and making it square. There we go. Got them squared off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand it up down there, stand it up on the end, and cut it in two pieces. Alrighty, I've got it standing up now. Stand it up on the edge, and I am going to split it. Try to split it right down the middle here. There we go. Not a perfect split, but it'll work. We can start sanding from there and shaping it a little bit further out from there. So the next step is now I'm going to smooth up these edges a little bit. On the rough edges there, we're going to start smoothing those out. Alright, now what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take these angles or these corners off, and I'll mount my legs on the corner. So I'm going to cut those off on both of the tabletops just to make them angled. I still need to get a little piece right here off. That's kind of rotten. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these angles off on both pieces. I guess I better show y'all that I'm using a bow saw for this part. This old pine, it gets all resined up and stuff, so sometimes it'll gum up the teeth of your saw. You can see it's that pine resin in there. But all these little chunks that you cut off, it's got that resin in, makes it excellent tinder for starting fires. If you're going to start a fire in your in the smoke shack, or in your wood burning stove or your fireplace, or even outside if you're camping outside, or having some outside time with your kids, make a little campfire. That pine tar, I think a lot of people call it fat wood, makes really good timber. But it does gum up the teeth of your saw, so every once in a while you got to kind of stop and take your finger and clear out the teeth. Keep on going so you kind of get stuck in there a little bit. The older it is, the gummier it is too. So, and I do believe this has been down for a while. Yeah, my saw blade, see, my saw blade's all gummed up, so give me a second, I need to clean it, I'll be right back. Alrighty. In order to clean off all this gum that's on here, all this pine resin, I was going to take my paper towel, put a little bit of gasoline on it. And that gasoline will take that tar right off of it, that pine resin. So, there you go. That's how I'm going to clean up my saw blade. That pine resin on there. With my gasoline. It don't take a lot, just a little dab, and you can rub it off. So, let me finish getting this all cleaned up here. Do the other side. I don't know if you can see that. See how that tar come off of there, just using that little bit of gas. So let me clean off the other side here, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, saw blade is all cleaned off, so we can get back at it. There we go, we've got our four sides trimmed off, and we'll shape them up a little bit better and move on to the next step. Alrighty, now I'm going to cut some legs. I've got this 8-foot 2x4, and we are going to, I've got it marked in 2-foot sections for the 4 legs. Now we're going to cut these legs off here. So I'm going to cut my legs, so let me get the rest of my legs cut and I'll be right back with y'all. Alrighty, now to attach these 2x4 legs that I got. I'm just going to stand it up on the same block here, 2-inch screws, and I'm going to cheat and use my electric drill, but that's alright. I'm going to put 3 in each leg. Just to make sure, dang it. Just to make sure that it's good and solid, because I'm going to be using these. I'm going to put 1 on the deck and then 1 on the, out there by the firing range, so we have a place to set stuff while we're shooting. And like I say, these ain't going to be perfect by any means. They're not even going to be real pretty. I'm going to sand them and coat them with oil and stuff. But that's exactly what they're for. Just old rustic looking log tables that I can use to set stuff on. So let me get these legs attached on just like I did this one here, and I'll be right back. Okay, on this leg here, you can see how it's I didn't really get it cut straight. So what I had to do was take my my chisel here, and what I did, I just laid it down flat and drove it through like that with my hammer to flatten down that cut so that leg would stay straight on there. I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time. Let me see if I can get it. So I just took my chisel here and set it flat down on there and shaved it down to where this was the same as the rest of the cut was flat, so that my leg would get flat, would sit flat against the wood, against the table, like that. So let me stand it back up, get my drill. Am I still in the camera here? Yes, so. My drill here. Man, that thing sounds full. Last screw. And there we go. There's our rough table right there. So now what we're going to do is, from here on out, what we'll do is we'll start sanding it and get it all roughed out like that. Or smoothed out, start sanding the top, sanding the legs, and then we'll throw a coat of stain on it. So there's the rough table. Alright, one more thing that I'm going to do here, this kind of rough area right here, I'm going to take it off real quick with my chisel on the front there. Because it looks like that whole little ring that goes around is kind of rotting off there, so we'll just take it off. Well, this old pine tree has been down for a while. It is very gummy, that's for sure. we have it. There's our rough table. Feels pretty solid, pretty sturdy, not wobbly. Of course, it is on the ground, but it's going to serve the purpose that I need it to serve. This is a little table. I kind of like it the way that it is. I may just put some oil on it. Well, no, I'll run the sander across the top of it, smooth it out a little bit. But there you go. There's your a rough, quick table made from a stump. Anybody can do it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Now, if I was going to take and sell this table, if I was going to make this table for one that I'm selling, then I would smooth it out and I would take off the edges and you know, make it more round. But since this one here is for me, for on the deck here, and I'm showing you guys to make it, I just, you know, like I say, I just made a rough table. And sometimes you could take and cut grooves out of the bottom of the table and then slide your legs up into it and dovetail it in. But for, like I say, for me out here on the deck, just for setting drinks on, this is exactly what I needed. So there you go. You get access to a stump and one 2x4 you can take and make your own little deck table rather than spending $9 or $10 on one, on a plastic one. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. You know, comments and questions, feel free. I appreciate it. Have a good day, and the end. Buzz, buzz, the end.